Today's road trip takes us to one of Florida's original tourist attractions, Silver Springs. And what we're going to do today is, first thing, we're going to take you inside the state park and show you the grounds, and then at the end we have a fabulous, incredible water adventure to show you. I know it is because we've already done it. It is so good, we're saving it till the end. This is quite the grand entrance. Look at that, we have a grand cypress right in the middle of the boardwalk. A nice little fountain over here before we get to the admission center. Looks like this state park has won some awards. Well, this is a quaint little welcome center or admission center. You theme park goers, you're going to have sticker shock. Admission is only $2 per person. Something you theme park goers aren't used to. Now, we are going to do some other things, and here's the price list. The glass bottom boat tours, 30 minutes, adult $15. The 90-minute tour is $30 for adults. And then you can see the prices for the other ages. So this little sign here will lead us to the boardwalk, hiking trails, and to the paddlecraft rental. That's to the right. But they have a nice little center down here I want to show you. This is a nice little complex, especially for a state park. But there's a welcome center, a gift shop, a discovery center, the Springside Cafe, restrooms, a snack shop, and the Paradise Ballroom. If Silver Springs is Florida's oldest theme park, is this Florida's oldest gift shop? And you know, Nikki's got to get a t-shirt or a hat. I wonder what it's going to be. The answer? She went with both, a shirt and a hat. This classic Florida looking structure is the entrance for the glass bottom boats. There goes one of the glass bottom boat tours now. This is the main spring area. Goes way back that way with the river. But we can see the paddle boarders and the kayakers and SUP boarders out there right now. It's the glass bottom boats that have the right of way. What do you think of the main area, Nikki?
Oh my gosh, you actually stole my word. The word that comes to mind is quaint. It is the cutest, probably my favorite park so far that we have been to, in terms of just the beauty and the history. Just, it's so great.
But it does have a nice, like, modern little center there behind us.
Yeah, for sure. And it's still under construction in some parts and everything. But wow, I'm like completely impressed. This might be one of my favorites. And
you just got us 2 tickets for the 30-minute glass bottom boats.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Which is what, $15 a ticket?
Yeah.
Because we're adults. But we're not senior.
No, not yet.
So we have a few minutes before that. Probably what, 30 minutes? So let's go grab some snacks from the little snack shop they have here. Oops, I didn't mean the snack shop. I meant the Springside Cafe. Wow, look at this menu board. They are not messing around here at this state park. So much to choose from. And the inside seating area, the dining area, very nice as well. This looks like it was recently redone. But it's such a beautiful day, I think we're gonna find a table outside. I went with the pork sliders for $11, and Nikki has the chicken baguette for $15. Some of the park activities include camping. They actually have cabins here. There's an amphitheater, there's horse trails, there's bicycling, hiking trails, paddling trails, education center, scenic overviews, along with the glass bottom boats, of course. The park itself is nearly 5 acres. And of course, monkeys.
So funny.
We saw some up in the trees during the paddling, which, you know, shh, that's for later. But just right around the little welcome center here, monkeys doing monkey things. I'm going to edit that out, Nikki. It's not National Geographic.
It's a little monkey business going on.
All right, it's close enough to our departure time to go get in line. And now boarding the Chief Charlie Cypress.
So I'm going to show you one with the sediment that comes out. The sediment is going to be bits of snail shell and limestone, and that comes up from the cave.
Can you imagine not being
Isn't that cool?
Oh, wow.
Now these are just that, rock shaped like dinosaur. And next to it is a piece of wood. That piece of wood was removed and tested by the University of Florida. They found to this, it's from the 1500s. It's a dugout canoe from the Tamuka tribe. So this is one of the oldest artifacts ever found in Florida. They don't know how actually deep these caves go, but they do have a map of the cave system, and they tell me it's quite extensive. It goes all the way through Georgia and to both of the Carolinas.
Wow.
And it's called a watershed, and I think they could have come up with a better name than that. So this guy bought this property, and he put this deer feeder out, and he wanted his kids to see the deers feeding, and he woke up to 80 monkeys feeding off his deer feeder. 250 pounds of feed that they ate in one sitting. That's crazy, right? This is, however, the Sea Hunt Dock. Now, 151 episodes of the show Sea Hunt were filmed here at Silver Springs, and this is where the camera crew would set up and deploy the divers, called the Mammoth Spring. And it's called that because mammoth bones were recovered right here. And this is one of the largest in the world. This one puts out 550 million gallons of fresh, pure, clean drinking water every 24 hours. So this is the cave mouth.
All done with our glass bottom boat tour. It was fabulous.
Oh, so much information, so great. I didn't realize that there was like so many springs in one little area.
Oh yes, a lot of springs.
Yeah, it was great. Oh my gosh.
But so we were wondering how the monkeys got here. I don't think I had the camera on when the captain was talking about it, the skipper was talking about it.
Right.
But Colonel Tui, who was either here as management or as a skipper, like in the 1930s, he wasn't like happy with the amount of what?
Tourists coming. Exactly. So he wanted to, increase foot traffic and people coming out to see the springs.
So he brought, what, 6 of those monkeys and put them on an island.
Yep.
And he came back with his first like tour group and they were gone.
They were gone.
So he got 6 more. And they were gone. He didn't know monkeys could swim. It wasn't a movie set.
No,
I thought maybe it was from like Tarzan or something, but no.
No, and they have, I guess, reproduced fairly quickly.
I think right now she said there was like 300 to 500 monkeys here.
Yeah. And she's seen them as far as like 30 miles out too, as well. So it's crazy.
A lot of monkey business. Something else we learned on our tour is inside the Discovery Center. No need to wait for Universal to have a creature from the Black Lagoon haunted house because we have the creature right here. I mean, he did make 3 movies here. And here's a display for some of the other television and movies done here at Silver Springs. Sea Hunt was something that was done here. I think they said some Tarzan stuff. What else? I Spy stuff was done here too, I think.
Yes, Steve Irwin is here.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
So a lot of history with television and movies with this Silver Springs. Silver Springs having an impact on the silver screen.
Stole my line. I just said that.
On to the Ross Allen Island Boardwalk. And as we walk down this little trail, here's some fun facts about Silver Springs. Founded in 1852.
The glass bottom boat was invented and the tours for the springs began in the late 1870s.
Silver Springs has a total area of 6.2 square miles. I think I said earlier that's like 5 acres.
Silver Springs is the largest spring in the world and the site of the oldest commercial tourist attraction in Florida. And it was designated as a National Natural Landmark in 1971.
Speaking of the biggest spring We saw it on the Glass Bottom Boat tour. It's called Mammoth Spring because mammoth bones were discovered there. It was first used as a location for a Hollywood film in 1916.
And it was a frequent location for the series Tarzan films in the 1930s and into the 1950s.
Pausing to monkey watch. Since we are on a trail, we'll tell you about the hiking. There is a variety of hiking and nature trails ranging in length from less than 1 mile, that's the one we're on now, to a maximum 4.1 mile loop.
The park's main entrance offers access to the newly created Creek Trail, which is a 3/4 mile loop that can be accessed behind Black Bear Pavilion.
The trail takes you to Half Mile Creek, the Silver River's only tributary.
The other trails include the Spring Connector Trail, the Sandhill Trail, the Sinkhole Trail, and the Swamp Trail.
Plus, the Creek Trail is also the bike trail. This Ross Allen Trail has a nice little pavilion to stop, sit, look around, enjoy the beauty. Here is the view Nikki and I were just enjoying. So the trail we were just on, the Ross Allen, is to the right of the Glass Bottom boats. We are now going to explore the left side of the property. I'm sorry, I don't know my east from west right now. I think that is the east side. Over here I found a selfie or photo spot. I think I'll take one. So off in this direction should be the Twin Oaks event lawn, which I think has a mansion there, gardens, and the Bear Hill area, and then that Half Mile Creek Trail, which should be hiking and biking. This way we'll have Mammoth Deck and Egret Pavilion. Nice little place with rocking chairs and picnic tables and, yep, a nice view. The only thing this park doesn't have, a little disappointing to me, because I love Florida spring water, love to be in it, no place to swim or snorkel or get into the water.
That's true, but for me, I'm okay with it. There's so many other amenities.
I mean, it is a great park, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I just wish I could swim around in the water.
Yeah, it's one of your favorites.
Here is the Twin Oaks event lawn with, I don't know if we're going to call it a mansion, but it was built in the late 1900s, which sounds old, but really what I'm saying is it was built in the 1990s. This is where, if you do a wedding, the wedding would be here. And just a little ways from the event lawn, this is the Creek Trail. You can hike it or bike it. And once we get our second e-bike, we're gonna bike it.
Oh, for sure.
Future video coming. Not gonna show you too much of this trail. You'll see more of it when we do our boarding and biking road trip. We'll bike this, and you know Nikki's gonna wanna do some SUP boarding here. And as you can see, this is a little more like a nature trail versus that Boardwalk trail we went on earlier. So getting off the bike trail, this little dock was used for the TV show Sea Hunt. This side of the deck is closed, but they had a cool little photo op there. Here's a little informational board on Sea Hunt. And our tour boat captain, our skipper, said somewhere around here Tom Cruise jumped into that water there for some movie. I forget what movie she said. But this side of the dock is available to use for viewing. If you're not familiar with the TV show Sea Hunt, neither was I. It was filmed, started in 1958 for 4 years. And who was the star of Sea Hunt, Nikki?
Lloyd Bridges, and in fact he scuba dived here in the show, and it encouraged a whole like scuba diving movement. Like a lot of people were very encouraged to start doing that because of him.
Yep. So we're having a very enjoyable time just walking around the park, but let's take you to the paddling place. Here we are back at the front of the park. Now the paddling will be all the way to the right here, right over there. Now if you're already inside the park, there is a path that will take you there as well. Here is the paddle place. You can launch your own vessel for only $4. That's what Nikki's doing. Or you can rent kayaks, double kayaks, canoes, SUP boards, and here is the pricing at the time of this video. A 2-hour rental of a single kayak is $40. A 2-hour tandem is $55. A canoe for 2 people, $55, and a SUP board, $45. They do have full day rentals. For the full day, a single kayak is $60. The tandem is $75, and the canoe is $75. The SUP board, just $70. You can do self-guided paddles. That's what Nikki and I do most often. Or they do have tours here you can do, and they have a shuttle service, which means you only have to paddle one way, the easy way, with the current, and they will drive you back. But there is a charge for that shuttle service, $15 per person. I will provide a link to the website for full pricing and information. We've seen our first couple of monkeys. Trust me, they're up there. Oh, there it goes. Branches and leaves in the way, but he's like right there. Oh, and there's one there too. Did you see the monkeys?
I did. Well, they were really high. That's the only one I saw.
This area here is called Creature Springs because they filmed 3 movies here. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Return of the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and The Creature Walks Among Us. Coming up towards Nikki because she says she has found a manatee. Let's go check it out. Coming up. There she is. She just came up for some air. She is very pregnant. And right next to where the manatee is, this little island here is called Bird Island. I wonder how it got that name. Can you hear the birds? Oh my goodness. Well, that's a pretty, I guess it's a duck. Now that's how I go fishing, with a camera, not a hook. That group of paddlers right there, they are in the clear kayaks. And we have our first gator sighting. Baby gator, maybe at most 4 feet long. A little bit of a fog effect as the water temperature, which is 73 degrees, a little bit warmer than the air temperature. When we started, the air temperature was right around 50 degrees. And here we have a turtle catching some rays. And here's another turtle catching other rays. As with all things in Florida, getting to the spot you want to be early is always best. The river will get busier as the day goes on. maybe an all-time great paddle.
It was fantastic. I loved it from the launch all the way to like where we went. We didn't even do the whole run.
There's a lot more.
Oh my gosh. So many things to see. So like we saw manatees and we saw ducks and birds and baby birds and monkeys, and I mean it was one cool thing after the other. When you first start at the launch and you go down, you're going with the current, so it's really easy. So coming back, there was only one section where I was like paddling my heart out and I wasn't going anywhere, but really other than that, it wasn't like a hard paddle.
I didn't notice at all because I'm in a kayak and I have, you know, the double paddle. So it's a little easier that way. Yeah, when you have a single paddle and you're on a paddle board, it's a little bit more challenging. But I didn't find the paddle back in a kayak difficult at all. Yeah, so just a little bit more challenging, of course, because it's a paddle board. But and the water, it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, and I never knew that there were so many springs here. Just, yes. I mean, I thought it was just like one spring. No. And they were just saying some new ones were just created. Yes. Yeah, like the manatees were like doing something and mating, something or tussling, we'll say, and another little spring opened up. And another spring opened up because they had been like on top of one of the other springs. So it's just, this is a beautiful park. It is so manicured and so like there's different types of trails and but we're talking about the water. I digress. I digress. Let's talk about the water. I've got great images to put over our talk, so of the water. But no, crystal clear water. It was just, I mean, phenomenal. You could see 50 feet down without a problem. It was cool seeing the spot where they filmed the creature from the Black Lagoon movies. That, you know, especially exactly close to my heart. Exactly. You know, and then having like there's like 3 statues there, so there's a lot of cool, like really cool things to see. You know, the water temperature was great. We got here first thing in the morning and it was really chilly. I think it was only like 47. And you know, you couldn't tell. You were just, when you were out on the water, it was just phenomenal. You know, the trees and the you know, especially that from the launch, that first edge out. You could paddle like for hours and hours more, couldn't you? Yes, I could have been out there forever. Even just sitting. Just sitting on my board is how like lovely an experience. Beautiful water, beautiful spring. All the wildlife we saw. We saw everything today. Yes. You know, turtles, gator, manatee, monkeys. Exactly. Beautiful ducks. Yeah, exactly. So it was just such a phenomenal day. Like from start to finish. And you were saying about the park itself, you told me earlier, it's almost like walking around Epcot. It felt like it because it's very manicured. It's very well maintained and taken care of. And there's different trail types. So there's a boardwalk trail, and then there's like a pavement trail, and then there's like a more natural type of trail with bike trails and stuff. You know, I definitely want to come back for sure and do another paddle boarding and bring out the e-bike. It'll be boards and bikes day. Yes. Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, like you can have events here too. So like, you know, like your reunions, family weddings. Exactly. I mean, they've got the space and they've got like the venue is so huge that, you know, it's definitely multi-purpose out here. But oh my goodness, what a little gem this is in the state of Florida. Florida's oldest theme park. It is. Still going strong. We totally recommend this state park. One of our favorite state parks. Yes, for sure. Other than not being able to swim. One of the best. But anyway, adventures out there. You'll find it on a road trip.